My Worst Date. I'm Cassie.
I'm Keegan.
I'm Christina. And we are all waiting with bated breath for the brand new 1984 starring Paloma Diamond.
Yes.
Oh my God. I know. Got the internet in a chokehold.
All three. The three of us have been texting all week. Every new episode that comes up, like it's
it's our show.
Series.
I
It's our
hope it
show.
gets picked up. I really do.
stories.
Like, I hope he gets his own show the same way that like I Think You Should Leave guy got his own show. The same way that like Bo Burnham's career took off. I hope that the same thing happens with this guy because he is so brilliant. And I remember a couple of years ago, whenever he first started putting out videos, and that's when the like Paloma Diamond lore began. And people are so serious in like adding to the lore in the comments. It's so collaborative that I love it. So for people who don't know what we're talking about, there is a creator, I think his name is Julian Sewell.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so.
Yes, on TikTok. Yeah. And he's created this character, which is an actress named Paloma Diamond. And he started posting videos like 1980s, like teledrama kind of soap opera videos. And he plays all of the characters. And I think it was actually the commenters who started saying, "Ugh, I love Paloma Diamond in this role from 1984. She should have won an Oscar for this," and like on and on and on. And so now it's become like, this is Paloma Diamond starring in this 1984
As Rita.
Or no, she's
or not
Dina.
Rita, but
as Dina.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, it's so great too. Like his other series are equally great. Have you been watching his period piece?
I have seen it. I haven't
Just
watched
started.
it with as bated of breath, but yes.
His period piece is also really good. It's another favorite of mine. But I have to say, watching things like this, this is what the internet is truly
100%.
Take notes.
100%.
It's not for anything else but this.
This is why I can't
is
get off of
amazing.
TikTok.
That's correct.
It's true.
But also, I think, during these trying times, TM, when we're really looking at two completely different pictures of what it is to be a man or masculinity in general, I think Julian Sewell, however you say his last name, I think like Doug Emhoff, I think Tim Walls, we're seeing this.
Yeah.
This is the kind of man that women want to date.
Yes.
This is the kind of man that you can leave your drink at the table and like go do something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is such a healthy, amazing. I'm like, I want him to be my friend. I want him to date my friend. Like, I want this is what you should study. If you're like, what do women want? We want more Paloma Diamond.
Yes, 100%. You don't need to follow the Andrew Tates.
No.
You don't need to follow all of these men who, it's so funny. There's so many of those like man-fluencers on the internet who are trying to tell men how to be men, how to get women, et cetera, et cetera. And like, it's like a Pearl situation. They're all single.
Yeah.
So you're like, how
Why
are
don't
you?
listen to women?
Yeah.
About what women want. No, they don't want to hear what we have to say. That's why.
No.
Yeah, it's so interesting. But whenever you were saying that we were all like waiting on pins and needles, I thought you were going to say because the election's tomorrow. When this episode comes out,
Oh my God,
the election will be tomorrow.
It's so
you guys.
close. It is so close.
I took off the 6th and the 7th because here we'll be obviously behind you guys.
Yeah.
Or ahead of you guys. So it's like, we're not going to hear anything on the 5th. Like the 5th is going to be like just nervous day of nothing.
Right.
So I'm like, what time should I get up? 1 a.m., 2 a.m. to start my election coverage?
We will be group texting. We've got the projector set up outside, and we'll be watching
sitting from the hot tub
in the hot tub
watching the election results. That's probably the best thing you could do.
I did
truly
get a bottle of Blue Label Scotch for when the first female president is announced. Fingers crossed.
Oh God.
But I'm hoping I get to open it.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. You just hold on to it. Let it collect
hoping.
dust for another 4 years.
I hope.
No.
The contrast is also like the other side. Not only do they not want a female president, they don't want females to vote.
Yeah.
Like truly,
Oh,
they've
boy.
said.
If you're listening to this and you have not voted yet, I have my ballot filled out. It's on my coffee table right now. I'm going to go take it to my Dropbox later today. If you have not voted yet, please, please, please show up to vote tomorrow. Get up, get in line early, take the day off if you need to. They should really give you the day off. I don't understand.
It should be a national holiday in which we are all allowed to be off to vote.
Yes.
It's absolutely. I mean, thankfully, we have the opportunity now to like do early voting
Or
and
mail
like,
in.
send ballots
Yeah.
in and mail in.
100%.
Yeah,
But time
Thank
can
God,
get away
but-
from people. And so like if you're hearing this and you have not voted yet, like you still have time to like fill out your ballot. Hopefully you received one in the mail. You can go drop it off or find your local voting center. There's still time. There's still time.
Yeah.
We are imploring you to do so that we don't have to talk about politics again.
Yes, I know.
Please.
We do get criticized for that. I've seen the comments. We know that not everybody likes hearing us talk about politics. You can just
Never heard that.
Yeah, and they've been there, but just fast forward if you don't want to hear this, but you like the rest of our content. Just that's what that little like skip 30, skip
It's
15
so
button is
hard.
for.
I mean, it's difficult because I think, I got to be honest, like I appreciate if you're not into politics and that's not what you came here for, but also too, I'm a fucking woman and it's a scary fucking time to be a woman in a nation that seems to be moving further and further away from supporting rights for not just women, but a lot of individuals that I love. And I mean, I guess I'm sorry, but not sorry. So
Yeah. It would be a privilege to tune this out. You know what I mean? But it affects way too many people to sit it out. So yeah, that's just how I feel.
Same. Well, I guess we can get on with some Shorty.
Yes, all right. We'll jump into stories.
On that note.
Okay, I can start off with kind of an easy one.
Okay.
And you can let me know
Great.
how you guys feel about this. Because this one I'm a little like, I don't know. Okay. So me and this person went on a date 3 weeks ago. Didn't really have chemistry and didn't kiss. They invited me to a music festival with them and a friend, and I said yes. So I went, and we got hungry after a few bands and then walked to happy hour. All the food was $7. Me and the friend both ordered pizzas, and the person I'd gone on the date with ordered ricotta toast, which wasn't as big or filling, but it's their choice, whatever, maybe they weren't hungry. I was eating my pizza and discarding a few bites of crust on each piece. I got to the last 2 slices, and this person said, "Hey, can I have your crusts? I'm serious."
I mean, yeah.
This made me so uncomfortable. It's only the second time we met, and it's kind of gross, to be honest, and just made me feel so weird. I gave it to him, then went home and didn't see the rest of the festival because it like ruined the vibes for me. I don't know.
Dude.
Is this me being too sensitive or is this behavior strange? I don't know. Please give me opinions.
Wow, that person really doesn't share food.
Well, that's the thing, because I'm like, I know that
like-
Cassie is like a non-food sharer. So like,
And I'm fine with it.
I was totally same, because I don't know. I grew up, and I guess it depends on their age, maybe, or something. I would say it's a little like, it's not sexy behavior for someone that you barely know to be like, "Can I scavenger your crusts or whatever?" But
I'm like, please, I will put it on Chris's plate. I'm like, I don't
I'm
like,
full.
especially if it's like got
Yeah.
a thick crust. Like if it goes all the way to the edge, bitch, that's mine. But like, but
No,
if I
I don't
got
have a
crust sitting on my
problem-
plate, I'd rather give it to Chris than throw it away. I guess
Right.
I don't know.
I don't have a problem with it either. I guess I could see how that could. I don't know. I want someone else's opinion on this, because I could see how it could be like weird, but I don't have a problem sharing, and I've definitely done that where I'm just like, I don't want my crust. Does anybody want my crust?
Such a nitpicky thing.
Right. Well, she wasn't feeling it.
She wasn't feeling
wasn't
it
feeling it,
anyways. I
but
think
everybody's
she was
got different icks, you
Yeah.
know. Like it
I
just
could
could be
see
her
how
ick.
I could see how it could give you the ick. I could see that. Like it doesn't for me, but I
No,
could see how
me
it could.
either. I was
No.
like, I don't like wasting food.
But balloons give me the ick. So I mean, I'm
There
not
you
going
go.
to judge
Yeah.
anyone. Okay. Far be it from me to pass judgment on this one.
Oh my God.
Do you want to go? Or I can go?
Sure. I met a girl through a dating app back when they were still new. We were both still in college, and she asked if she could bring her dad.
Nope.
I figure, hey, this is new for her, and she wants to feel secure, so I oblige. We meet at a mall, and I end up talking with her dad more than her and eating ice cream with him. He was a chill dude, but I never saw her again.
You went on a date with her dad, is what does happen.
Yeah. I think here's the thing that I'll say about this. I think that if you were in, and listen, if you don't feel comfortable dating with, and you don't feel secure in it, maybe you're just not
ready.
You're not ready to start dating. And you shouldn't go on a date unless you do feel extremely comfortable with that person.
Right.
And there are safety things that you can put in place. You can, share your location with your dad. There's things that, like, to me, that aren't, but I think that,
or even
maybe you're not ready.
Dad and being like, having your daughter be like, hey, will you go out with me to meet this guy Brian at the
maybe
mall?
She's got like really intense social anxiety or something. I don't know. I mean, I could see like if you've never really dated before, and dating is scary, dating men especially is scary, and like
Amen.
I could see being like, hey, my dad's gonna drop me off, like have your dad come, give him the once over, shake his hand, and then leave.
Go to Barnes and Nobles or whatever.
Right. Wait, be like, hey, I'm here. I'm around if you need me.
Yeah.
Like, but not
you don't have to tell your date that or anything. Your date could just be like, hey, I'll meet you at Barnes and Noble.
Mm-hmm.
Dad gets a look. You give him the okay from, I mean, there's a million ways you could do
to try and feel safe without having dad like be a third wheel on your date. Or actually, you're a third wheel on your date with your date and your dad. Yeah.
You just see them just like,
I know, kicking their legs, hanging out.
Let me tell you about my best friend.
What if they did become best friends?
That would be amazing.
Yeah. Maybe not for that girl though.
No.
I can't wait to tell this story for you guys. I'm just going to get into it. Went on a date with a guy who started by reminding me to wash my hands at the restaurant. Okay, not too weird. He's just clean, right? Keeps reminding me to do things, though.
If I don't wash my hands, that's my business.
Right? Right. I mean, but also too, you're like,
also don't tell me what to do.
Well, that's exactly how I'm like, don't tell me what to do.
Let maybe
don't
the
start
first
this
one
date
slide
off like that.
Yeah.
I'll wash my own hands on my time.
Also, are you implying that I'm dirty right now?
Yeah, how dare you?
How dare you?
I'm choosing to take the most offense.
Me too.
Yeah.
The benefit of the doubt,
reminding me
gone.
Gone. Out. You're gone. Keeps reminding me to do things, though. The kind of things you remind a child, like take smaller bites and get some veggies this time.
Why am I so intensely filled with anger about this? Like, I don't know. Maybe you just caught me on the worst. Like,
oh my God.
It's not going to get better. Christina, just be prepared to zip your skin off.
Oh my God.
Over the course of the day, his voice is getting higher and higher pitched until he's talking baby talk.
I will rip his throat out.
I'll just leave.
At this point, I'm really creeped out. I mean, if that's what you're into, cool. But I did not indicate that I was interested into any daddy baby type role.
Oh.
And this was our first date.
No.
Final straw was when he started cutting my food for me.
Get out of here.
No.
I had to leave.
It.
Also, he asked me if I was into anal. Classic.
Oh,
yeah. Classic.
God.
Yeah. That is as an online dating, like the number one question you get asked.
Are you kidding me?
Around anal. Oh yeah. I
believe it.
What makes people so bold?
I don't get what the fucking
internet.
fuss is.
That's the other part of it. That's the I mean, I'm like, I don't know what it feels like from their perspective, to be fair, but I'm just like, can it be that much better?
I truly think that for guys, it might be better because women don't like it.
Oh. Well, what a
I hate
morbid thought.
I hate that. I mean, not all women don't like it. Some women do like it.
Yeah, exactly.
Do,
and I've had fun experiences and stuff with it, but it's like when you're leading with that and you're so into that, it always makes me like side eye a little. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's instant ick. It really is.
Especially
it's
if
really
we haven't even
instant
met
gross.
yet, and you're gonna
Oh, if we haven't met yet, and you bring that up that way, we're not meeting.
He throws her phone.
Yeah, no, like no.
Wait, don't forget to get some veg.
I literally.
I mean, come on. Like, that has to be like some weird
It has
like,
to be, right?
kink
It has
or
to
whatever. And it's like,
again, don't force me into your kink without my consent. Like, if it's something that you're into, get on. Like, there are fetish websites that are dedicated to this. Like, I don't know. Are you getting something out of surprise? You know, like the surprise of it, you know, the shock on somebody else's face.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah. Is that what you're getting out of this? Because there are people who would willingly, happily engage in it. So
the problem is, Keegan, is right here. People don't want people who are into it because they perceive women who are into kink as sluts, and they don't want to marry a slut.
Exactly.
They want to force their slutty behavior on someone they find to be worthy of them.
It's the same reason why no one's dating Pearl, even though she's doing those traditional values or whatever. It's like they don't want somebody that fits into that. They want to mold down somebody else.
Yes.
Yeah. They want to mold somebody. They don't want to try hard. They don't want somebody who's too willing or too eager, because there's something wrong with that person. They're slutty. They're giving themselves up.
People are so
awful.
broken.
Yeah.
Like, because there is something out there for everyone. I don't understand. Like, ick. Okay. This is a short one. I went on a date with a girl from a social group from meetup.com. She requested to go to a ritzy restaurant for lunch, then started showing me pictures of guys she wanted to date after me.
Oh, sir. Ma'am. Come on.
What do you think about Kevin?
What do you think? Should I swipe right? Do you think?
Let's play.
Look at this stud.
Oh. God, that's
so awful.
Rude. I would be heartbroken. If you're on a date with somebody and you're like, oh, I think this is going well, and then they like whip out their phone and start like swiping. Yeah. Oh
no, it's a
don't
jungle
you have friends?
out there. I cannot.
Truly, don't you have friends?
Well, I mean, she got
thing.
her ritzy lunch. So,
I guess.
Went on a date with this cute guy from college. Nothing really went wrong during the date. However, his roommate comes up to me and tells me that of his 6 months being his roommate, he's never seen the guy own a toothbrush.
No.
6 months?
I was horrified, but gave him another shot for a second date. We came to a conversation about oral hygiene, or at least steered the conversation that way.
She's like, I'm gonna like
on that.
Yeah.
And how do you feel about the dentist?
And he says verbatim, you only really need mouthwash to rinse the bad taste out of your mouth.
No, you do not. What is wrong with us? Like,
I am speechless.
You know, I have to
speechless.
like I got shamed on TikTok the other day by this dentist, and he had a British accent, which made it all the more, and he was so fucking for real, like so serious, and he was just like he's like, I see all you people, and you want veneers, you want Invisalign, you want all these things, but you won't fucking floss. And he's like any other part of your body, if you touched it and it started bleeding, you would go to the doctor immediately.
Oh shit.
He's there's something wrong with your gums.
Keegan, wait a second. Time out.
Oh
do your gums like literally bleed like that?
When I floss, they do. Yeah. Not all the time, but like they do when I'm flossing.
I want to get a water pick.
Yeah, water pick, girl.
Yeah. So
see, my mom worked at the dental school, so I grew up with a water pick house.
I mean, listen, that doctor was not wrong, and he needs to make a house call to this man's house.
All you need is mouthwash.
Look,
sir.
No,
God, I hope you didn't make out.
Disagree.
No, are you kidding me?
God.
Just amputate the bottom part of my face, please.
There are so many like questions I would need to have. I'd be like, how long have you not been brushing your teeth? Like, how many years?
Oh my God.
How much buildup? Because like mouthwash doesn't deal with plaque and shit.
No.
Like when was the last time you went to the dentist?
Oh, no.
I hate going to the dentist.
I do too, but look, necessary
seriously,
evil.
you got to do the shit.
Gosh.
I know Chris found a good dentist here. He's been twice because he had something going on. And I'm like, he's like, you'll like him. He goes, he's really cute. And I was like, I don't want a fucking cute
I don't need him
to
to
watch
be
me have
cute.
a panic attack in his chair.
No.
Where's the ugliest dentist in town?
It is.
Yes.
True.
You are absolutely right. I never, ever, ever want a hot doctor.
No,
Never.
No. I'm having to
I
share
don't
like
need
the
you
most
seeing me have a
embarrassing
mincy bee.
shit. Yeah, no, the dentist is so uncomfortable because like it's just something about having someone else's latex fingers in your mouth that is so like just prodding around.
Okay, stop.
And then
you can't.
accumulating
I need
saliva.
to make a dentist
like,
appointment.
Okay, sorry.
I got to make a dentist appointment. You were not helping me
That
right
little
now.
that little vacuum they put under your tongue.
Oh,
Okay, anyway.
God, the worst. Yeah.
Sorry.
No
Is it safe?
to hot doctors.
It's safe. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. First date, 10th grade. Take little cutie out for pizza. Macho Tom rigorously shakes hot pepper flake container too rigorously as flake flies into Tom's eye.
Oh,
Date over.
babe. I understand.
Yikes.
Jesus Christ, that would be awful.
Macho Tom is so funny.
Okay. Showed up. Turns out we had spent so long talking online that we had completely and utterly exhausted any of the material which is good to talk about on a first date. We both kind of just sat there, drank our smoothies.
This is
then
my
we're
nightmare.
like, yeah, and made our excuses.
Yeah, this is my nightmare. I hate small talk to such a degree. Small talk will give me a panic attack. Like
Yeah.
if I'm like stuck
Yeah.
in a situation where I don't know what to say and it's just awkward silences.
And you're just drinking smoothies with a stranger.
Internally, I'm freaking
You're-
out. Yeah. I'm like, what do I do? What do I say? Where do I go from here?
Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
spend so long texting. You also can't spend not enough time texting. Like
Yeah.
you have to find out what that just right is, because that suspense and that back and forth of like, you know, being able to ask questions in person, it kind of makes the first date. If you've already like been texting for like 2 weeks or whatever, and you're already like, oh, I know he's got 2 siblings and blah, blah, blah. It's like you don't have shit
There's
to
also
talk about.
something with texting where you have so much time to think of a response. And like real life, I feel like we're so disengaged. If you don't keep that muscle working of like meeting and talking to people in real life and you're just online all the time, you don't have that quick response muscle working.
Right.
Because you're always able to kind of like think and craft a message,
Yeah.
whether it's like email, text, or whatever it is.
Truly.
Okay, I've got one. And I think this person might be from the UK. You tell me based on how they talk.
It's context clues. Okay.
Met a fella online and chatted for a few days. He said he lived in a town near me, so handy enough. Great chat, even though on the phone, even talked on the phone for ages, and finally decided to meet in real life. Plan was to meet for dinner. I get to the restaurant and he's changed quite a bit from his photos, but sure, that's almost expected, right? I was gonna stay and give him a chance anyway. We hadn't even ordered drinks yet when this absolute nutcase looks at me and says, I like you. We should have a baby. Are you ovulating?
What? Oh.
Sorry, what? I obviously make a hasty exit, but he tries to follow me out. When I ask what the hell he thinks he's doing, he informs me that he lied about where he lived and had driven 4 hours to get there.
That's not my problem.
So clearly,
That's not my problem.
He has to stay with me for the night.
No.
Absolutely not. The next day, I get a text from him saying, I miss you already. Never blocked someone so fast.
Get
What?
the
Dude,
fuck
do you know
out of
how
here.
terrifying that would be to learn that you drove 4 hours
Yeah.
to try to
Impregnate someone?
impregnate me?
Yeah.
A stranger?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
It is screaming
In
fetish
this America?
of
No.
No.
baby fetish.
No.
No, thank you.
No.
No, thank you.
Absolutely not.
I had a woman. Oh, you're gonna love this. By love this, I mean
Hate
be
it.
furious. Yeah, you're hate it. I had a woman come to my house during COVID lockdowns. We had a few drinks and pizza. I'm a bit of a clean freak and went into my kitchen to tidy up the bottles. I turned around and she slapped me in the face. I took a step back and asked why she had hit me. She responded, I like to see how guys react getting hit.
Oh.
I asked her to get her bag and please leave. She stormed out and said, at least you showed your true colors early.
That I don't like to be physically assaulted.
Abused. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a horrific. I mean, we had, because of my story on last week's full-length episode, I saw that somebody had posted something about men's domestic violence awareness. And I do think it's a really important topic because this show, obviously, I mean, we're 3 women. We speak about women's issues very regularly. And of course, like dating for women is disproportionately dangerous in general. So that topic comes up a lot. But it shouldn't be forgotten that men can be, you know, they can be physically assaulted and abused as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I was on TikTok and I saw about this documentary that just came out. I don't even remember where it was. Somebody said you could watch it on YouTube, but it's a guy who was like literally in a seriously awful domestic situation. And he finally put up cameras in his home so that he had proof.
Yes,
of what his wife
I saw
was
that
doing to
as
him.
well because if it's the same one I saw, she was a
He has
little
a beard.
I'm not sure. She was like a small woman and he's like a big guy.
Yeah.
And he ended up, this might be a different situation, but he ended up killing her.
Oh,
and like,
was it that accused, guilty or innocent?
It was on TikTok that I saw it, so I'm not sure. But so he ended up going to court and they were using the like battered women's defense basically, and they were like laughing at him because it's like he's such a big guy and she's so little. But then they looked at the tapes because he had video like recordings of it, and she was like, not only was she like beating the shit out of him, but she was also saying things like, I'll kill you. They had a child together, like, I'll kill our child. Like she was saying all kinds of things, but he had to have that kind of proof, which is you know. Yeah, it was just so sad for this poor guy, you know.
I think that the biggest lesson here is just because you're big enough to do it doesn't mean that you should or can or would. And that's, you know, that's saying a lot. It takes a lot of restraint to have somebody beaten up on you and not fight back, you know.
Yeah.
But he also probably understands his strength and that the disproportionate manner in which if he struck her would be. Yeah. And I'm sure he's just not violent. He's obviously not a violent person and doesn't want to be violent.
Right.
So terrible.
So awful.
Okay. I've got a doozy for you guys. It was a blind date. He came to my apartment to pick me up. Had no idea what I look like, but he walked in and was excited at the prospects. I have beautiful roommates and their friends. Only to show extreme disappointment when I walked out. I was dressed for the nice dinner that we agreed on. He decided to change the plans last minute and took me disc golfing. I don't disc golf, and I was in heels. I did my best to try and connect with him, but he was not feeling it at all. He only talked about his problems, which were vast. He was a college dropout with no job and about to be homeless. He hit a man with his car last week.
And excuse me?
Jesus.
You're just gonna bypass that? Like,
and by the way,
BT Dubs ran a man over.
I hit a man with his car the last week, and he was angry at his parents for not helping him, even though they had paid for his first 3 years of school until he dropped out. He was 29, but he hated working for the man. He was very big into 9/11 conspiracies.
Of course he was.
God.
Broke boyfriend written all over it.
Yep.
He then took me for ice cream, but made it very clear that he wouldn't be paying for me. We were at the counter when he made this proclamation, and it was super awkward for me and the cashier. I don't think I waited for his car to even stop before jumping out and running inside.
Sweet Jesus.
Wow.
No. So it was a blind date, I guess?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, God.
Blind dates, again, because we just talked about how uncomfortable I am by small talk. Blind dates make me so nervy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just raw dogging
Yeah.
meeting a stranger.
Yeah.
This
yeah.
Stranger talk. Oh my God, you guys, this is a really hilarious thing because I was taking the train home. It's like a 3.5 maybe almost 4-hour train ride back from Dusseldorf to Hamburg. And I was sitting in the like diner cart because I didn't get to eat dinner before I came home. And I literally just struck up this conversation with this older man who was married. And I'm like, I've literally become my fucking mother. Like I used to be absolutely like so embarrassed and annoyed that my mom could talk to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I am my mother now.
I mean, if it happens naturally, I've definitely done that where like I've struck up conversations with people on the plane or whatever. But the vibe has to be right. Like you have to be gelling to have a good time with someone. Like otherwise, please don't talk to me. Just like don't like leave me alone to like read my book, listen to my podcast, sleep.
Yes.
Like in silence, please.
Oh, my God. It actually was really cool though, because like he and his wife live on the Canary Islands. I was like, oh, that is so cool.
Tell me all about it.
I know. It was really cool. So I was, we literally chatted for like 3, but I was like, because when you're in the dining car, there's only so many spaces available. And there was only a 4-top available. So I saw him in the entryway looking for a place to sit and kind of resigning himself. There was nowhere. And I was like, hey, you could sit here. I was just going to keep my headphones in. But I'm like, I'm literally sitting at a 4-top. I can't monopolize all this space.
Oh my gosh. Well, hey, if you are riding on the train from Dusseldorf to Hamburg, if you have a
Cassie.
Terrible date story,
you'll find me in the dining car.
Exactly. Go to our one-stop shop of a website. It is myworstdatepodcast.com. And we love you so much. Cheers.